4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna review Mandy. Oh, yeah, time to enter the cage at 4 o'clock in the morning as we review Mandy. So, Mandy tells the story of Red, who is with his girlfriend Mandy, right? And this cult leader, played by Linus Roach, one day he's driving around, or being driven around, whatever, and he sees Mandy, and he says, you know what? I want her, and I get what I want. So he kidnaps her and Red, and has him, tied up with barbed wire, right? And he wants Mandy. So, when that doesn't work out, he kills Mandy. And then Red, played by Nicolas Cage, of course. Mandy's played by Andrea Riseborough. She's on the other cover, but not this one. He goes and gets revenge. Now, this movie is directed by Panos Cosmatos, son of George P. Cosmatos, who directed movies like Cobra and Rambo First Blood Part 2. Good movies. And so this is his son. Let me tell you something. Let me start up. Before I get into the basic plot and the spoilers and all that stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't a movie for everyone. I heard how polarizing the cinematography is. You see this pinkish purple haze thing that they got going? That goes throughout this film. And whether or not it's how it actually looks, or because most of the characters are on LSD the entire time, that's kind of what it looks like. Makes the movie otherworldly. So you're either gonna really like it, or you're gonna hate it. Me, didn't bother me. I thought it was actually pretty cool, but yeah, it's not gonna be for everyone. And especially if you're you get seizures, you're epileptic, or you have seizures, stuff like that, it might not be the movie for you. There's a lot of flashing, a lot of color changing things. It's probably not for you. I wouldn't. If you have epilepsy, don't watch this. Just fair warning there. But if you can watch this, please do. And whether you like it or not, it looks really cool with the lights and the flashing and just the imagery that they put in there. It's great. Who did the cinematography on this? Casting. Director of photography, Benjamin Loeb. Was that who it was? I'm guessing Benjamin Loeb. Well, whatever. If that was him, he did a good job. So, like I said, the story is that Red and his girlfriend Mandy, they're enjoying life. Red is recently, he's in rehab. He's an ex-alcoholic. He's trying to get away from that, and that does play into the story. So yeah, and he works. I think he chops down trees, which is weird because that's Joe. He chops down trees in that movie too. But yeah, and like I said, Mandy, she's walking down the street one day, down the road, and here comes Linus Roach's character, who's the leader of this cult, and he sees her, and he goes, I want her. So eventually he kidnaps her and Red, and he has Red hostage. He's basically saying, hey, you're with me or I do something to your husband. So he disrobes, and he pumps her with this LSD stuff and this hornet stinger stuff, and she's all fucked up. And so he disrobes and shows out his dingy dongy, his coco jumbo, which is not so jumbo. And she laughs at him, and he gets pissed because she keeps laughing. So he decides to kill her. And what he does is he goes in, he stabs Red, throws her down, and sets her on fire, and forces Red to watch her burn to death. As I mentioned in a previous review about fire, what review was it that I did that where instead of she set him on fire. I don't remember what movie it was. I'm too tired to remember. Was it Countdown? No. I don't remember. It wasn't Lethal Weapon 2. I can't remember what movies I reviewed lately, but it's a recent review I did where instead of just, putting her out of misery, set her on fire, which is worse, I can't remember. I really can't. Is it one of these? Hold on. I got time, right? Cabin. Oh! Yeah, it was the remake of Cabin Fever. That's right. Or instead of, stabbing her with the shovel, you set her on fire. It's like that. You set her on fire. It's like, it's torture. Because, it's fire and it hurts. Whereas you stab someone, cut their heads off, quick. Stab someone, you get pain too, but for how long? I think fire has more pain. But yeah, it was also pain for Red as he is forced to watch his girlfriend die. Eventually, Red escapes. He goes home. He goes home. We see the Cheddar Goblin on the TV. Okay, and he downs a big bottle of vodka and then passes out. When he wakes up, it's time to go get revenge, and he does bloody revenge. Chainsaws, and other various weapons, including a kick-ass sword, which you can see right here, kick-ass axe, or whatever it is. It's really cool, and that's his favorite shit, by the way. It says 44. Yes, and he gets that revenge. I mean, he kills everyone, including Linus Roach. By the end of the film, he has lost his mind. And we get the scene where he's like in a car driving and he sees Mandy, but she's dead. So he's like, it's gonna be my thumbnail, but you'll see it. He's all fucked up, but yeah. And let's talk about Linus Roach's character. I don't remember the guy's name. I don't really. Does it say on the back? Maniacal leader. That's all it says. He is nuts. He believes himself. Like, either to be God or to working for God. He is fucking crazy. Till he's got working for him, there's this dude that, Nicolas Cage, the one that stabbed him when he takes care of first. It's almost like a monster dude. The way it's like, you can't really tell what he looks like, but he's got some kind of weird prosthetic on his face. It's really weird. Like I said, the cinematography is gorgeous in this, and the music goes along with that cinematography. It makes it really weird and really trippy. I do recommend it. I heard a lot of things about this movie, but never watched it. I bought this maybe a year and a half ago. Was it when it first came out? No, I found this in a bin. So it wasn't when this came out. It was after. Sometime after. Like 2019. Early 2020, 2019-ish. Yeah. And I hadn't watched it because I was like... Well, one, I think I just started the Nicolas Cage thing, and I wanted to do it, but I wasn't sure what I was going to think, because I heard about the imagery and everything, how it might not be for everyone, so I wasn't sure if it would bug me or anything, but no, it didn't. And here's the thing, it might help, because it helped me. I was in the dark, with no lights on and just the TV, and it was fantastic. I bet there was like a pink glow in my apartment when I was watching it. It was really weird. I do recommend it. I know that Cosmatos did another movie that wasn't really well received because it was probably more trippy than this, I think. I don't remember what it's called. It's funny that for Nicolas Cage, they credit Leaving Las Vegas. Of all the movies he's done, Leaving Las Vegas is the one you choose to give him credit for. And Andrea Riseborough, Birdman, Linus Roach, Vikings. Because that's the most famous show he's ever been on. Dun dun. Anyway, yeah, we got like a cameo from Bill Duke, from Predator, and Commando. I ate green berets for breakfast. Yeah, pretty good movie. The actors do a pretty good job. You know, Nicolas Cage, Andrew Riseborough, Linus Roach. Yeah, sorry. I'm tired. It's almost 4:20 in the morning, and I'm ready for bed. But I wanted to get this done. Because I actually watched this. I started watching it like 12:30 at night. Got done about 2:30. And I sat on this for an hour and a half just trying to process it in my mind. Because I don't think if I sat down to do this right away, I don't think I would have been able to process it right. So, hour and a half processed, sitting watching YouTube videos, thinking about this. I watched like a kill count for this. I watched a couple reviews, Any Explain, Found Flicks, kind of helped me out. But yeah, I do recommend it. It's one of Nicolas Cage's best performances. He goes nuts, but he's not over the top nuts. There are certain moments, like when he has LSD, you just take a little bit of LSD, stick in his mouth. But it's not like, I'm a vampire stuff. He's not jumping up and going, am I getting through to you? No, it's very subdued. He's not that loud. He's loud sometimes, but he's not. There's dialogue in it, but I feel like when it comes to Nicolas Cage, and even Andrea Riseborough, there's not a lot of dialogue with them. It's mostly Linus Roach in his preaching, which, the villain gets the monologues, that works. And I think, think of Willy's Wonderland. When Nicolas Cage can just do what he does and not have a whole lot of dialogue, although sometimes he's very good with dialogue, it does kind of work. Because when I went into Willy's Wonderland, I don't know if I mentioned this in the review, but I was kind of iffy when he wasn't saying anything. I was like, come on, how are we supposed to get Nicolas Cage if he doesn't talk? But he actually delivered a performance without talking. And there's some dialogue in here. He does say some words, so it's not like he's completely silent here. But it's just very minimum. And it works. So now comes the time where I have to give this a rating. And even after an hour and a half, let's say 7. We'll give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It's one of Nicolas Cage's better movies and performances, I think. But yeah, I do recommend this. I enjoyed it. Just know that it's not going to be for everyone. The subject matter, the cinematography, the way, the flashing in colors, it's not going to be for everyone, but I do recommend it for those who like that kind of stuff. So I'll just say that there. So it's a 7 out of 10 for me. So what are your thoughts on Mandy? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and next time we will enter the cage with Color Out of Space, which looks like it has the same kind of different director though. H.P. Lovecraft. Interesting. But yeah, so we'll see how that is. Nicolas Cage with glasses. That'll be the next one I do. I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow before I leave, because I'm not going to be home for the weekend. So I'm trying to get this done, and this could be like a Sunday review. Maybe a Thursday review. Who knows? But we'll see. So in the comments below what you think of Mandy. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.